We stood in front of the group looking at us after the crew of the KV told them about our previous encounter and how we killed one of their friends. The Russian father looked back at us and then at the angry friends that surrounded us as he began to remember what his new American and German friends had done for him and what they had been through. He climbs up on his tank and calls out to get their attention. "Friends, comrades, hear me. This action would have normally caused me to agree with what most of you are thinking, but I tell you now that if it weren't for these tankers that stand before you, I might not have made it back to you today. I have traveled and fought with these tankers, and there is no evil in their hearts. They seek nothing but peace and hope for all and others they encounter. I did not come here without our other group of friends intentionally. We had lost a dreadful fight against an evil new clan among us that call themselves the Black Plague. I have fought and seen what they're capable of firsthand. They spare no mercy and has killed clans that stand in their way or are not willing to join them. Through the smoke and ashes of our friends after our battle had ended, I thought I had lost everything after witnessing the death of my wife and daughter. But these tankers approached me and tried helping me to get me back on my feet again. They are not the same as those that have killed our many friends and seek to restore the evil, corrupt government that once existed before the fall. The Black Plague is growing bigger and stronger every day. Comrades, let us unite. Let us fight against the real evil that stands against us. Let us join together and fight the Black Plague." The father yells as he finishes his speech, causing the tears that were being fought back by each soldier to turn into a loud cheer of unity and alliance. The Russian father climbed down from his tank as the unwelcoming feeling from the group dwindled away. However, the crew from the KV looked upon us still in disapproval and began to walk back to their tank. All we could do is hope for the best from here on out. "Don't worry," the father said to us as he returned to our side. "Everyone might not see it now, but you are part of this family. Come now, let us go into the garage and prepare ourselves for our journey." We didn't even realize we were at another garage until the Russian family told us. We drove our tanks into the garage and parked them. He explained this garage has only paid them temporarily to help them guard the perimeter while they fixed up and maintained some of their own tanks, but soon their services will no longer be needed. A member from the garage working on a tank cleans his hands with a partially oil-stained rag and walks over to us. "I've heard of this Black Plague you spoke of outside. From what I understand is that you make a move against them and there's no turning back. The first I heard of them was from a previous clan that came in here trying to fight them, and I never heard from them again. I just hope you and your friends understand what you're getting yourselves into," he says as he puts his dirty rag down on the table. The Russian father looks over and sees a slightly stronger destroyed German tank missing some of its parts, and asks the garage member how much to get the tank up and running if they use the parts from our other German one. The day faded away as the unnerving feeling of the next step in our journey was soon to come upon us. The next day came as everyone lined their tanks up to prepare themselves to move out. We rolled out in our new tank and also lined up as the group discussed a plan to track down the Black Plague. The KV rolled up next to us as a member of their crew walking beside it told us in an unfriendly voice to be careful out there and that accidents happen as they climbed into their tank to also prepare for the journey ahead. "Let us depart," the Russian father is heard saying over the radio to all. Our engines start up one by one as we decide to move back through some of the near-about lands where the Black Plague was last seen. The screech and rumble of our heavyweight vehicles was heard as we crossed the river and passed the point of safety from the garage land territory, where once again anything could happen. The sight of the KV's cannon pointed our direction while moving behind us left us uncertain and in fear for our own safety. The BT-7 already in front of us passes a large rock wall to take the first rollout on the open lands, just as we start to see a large shell fly straight into the side of it and causes it to blow up. Our Russian father yells over the radio, "Do we have eyes on where that came from?" Just then, the sight of an unknown group of malicious tanks comes into view over a hill, as they all begin to fire upon us, causing some to luckily miss or bounce off the strong armor of our heavy tanks. "We've got pirates!" another tank crew member yells into the radio, as we all start to take our positions against the new enemies before us. Apparently, these pirates wait outside Mirage Land territories for tanks that are loaded with new resources to leave and then rob them. Our heavy tanks begin to advance on the pirates while turning their turrets towards the enemy and fires back at them. The light tanks in us begin to move around to try and flank the pirates as we begin to get fired upon. Shells are heard flying past us as we made it safely behind cover. The pirates began to advance and also take strategic positions before us as the heavies began firing upon the pirates to hold them down, while the Leopard and us try to advance further around their sides. One of the other tanks begins to try and cross over our other heavies and shoot the advancing enemy moving towards our side and destroys them. A voice over the radio is heard telling their heavies to angle and get behind cover as they themselves start to receive waves of rounds hitting against them. Our American friends begin to take another side and fires to take out one of the pirates' tracks, leaving them immovable. The Leopard and us advance as the multi-shell blast rips through the sides of one of their tanks. The enemy TD fires from its overlooking position, along with the other heavy tanks as they start to advance while penetrating some of our armor and knocking out our Churchill. But luckily, the crew was able to escape just before they catch fire and explode. The KV turns its turret to take aim on the TD along with others and fires simultaneously, knocking it out while it explodes on the overlook. The Russian father moves around to get into a better position as shells start to bounce off their armor. The T-34 joins them as the Russian family fires, knocking out another tank but gets hit, leaving them immovable. The enemies take aim on the Russian disabled family as we fire to luckily destroy one of them, and our Leopard rams into another to destroy them just before they're able to fire. The KV rolls in front of the Russian family to protect them, while they fire back, destroying another tank. Another pirate fires, just barely missing the Leopard and us. The pirates start to move back as they fire again upon us advancing upon them. We race around one of the damaged tanks and fire to take them out. We can almost taste victory as our tank moves in front of another distracted enemy to flank it, but we start to notice our KV starts to take aim slightly off the enemy and fires upon us, barely missing us. We try to stay focused as we fire upon the enemy along with the others to take it out. What's left of our group reconvenes as we climb out of our tank in anger toward the KV crew that almost hit us, but soon realize the rest of the group didn't even notice, and there wasn't any proof. We stared at each other as the others began to continue to join us. A moment of silence comes over us as we realize our friends in the BT already didn't make it, and we begin to make our repairs. We didn't know what to do, but to keep moving on and to make sure not only did we watch our moves against any enemies that came upon us, but to also be careful from one of our own. Could this distrust between the KV be the cause of what leads us to our end? Or could it be enough to kill us all together when the time comes to face the Black Plague?